Yeah.
Alright, hi guys, it's us, Paranormal Newcastle, me and Mark today, and we are joined by Spirits Within. Have a little chat today. We've got Helen, Rob, Bob, and we have Wayne and the Groove. You can introduce everyone on your team, Wayne.
I am, yes. I have next to me here is my wife, Vicky.
Hi.
She's a moderator for our team, and getting more like a paranormal investigator now, more like a camera woman. Then we got Olivia, is our historian.
Hi.
And then Helen, do you want to introduce you and Rob?
Yeah, my name's Helen James, a psychic medium, and we've got Rob Bob here.
Evening all.
Part of the team.
Yeah, so we just want a little chat, really. Just we're starting the new chat thing, so we're gonna go live and talk with everyone. And really, me and Mark have sort of been discussing. I think last week we were discussing what we'd been doing, and the Newcastle and the Great Siege of Newcastle, thrilling stuff. But last time I spoke to Wayne, we were discussing you hadn't been to York, but you since have.
I have.
What was that like?
It was amazing.
Enjoy it.
It was just another world. I went with Helen and Rob Bob. That was kind of to take me there, and you know what? It was just amazing area. The experience of it all there is just another world. The street that we went down had the ghost shop, the spirit shop.
The ghost shop, yeah.
Yeah, and just
York Ghost Merchants.
It felt like I was in Harry Potter, and that's how it felt. And
Yeah,
I've loved it that much. I've actually bought a picture. I think I've showed you, Katie, the picture that I bought.
Yeah.
With
No,
the
you did, yeah.
Minister of York. So absolutely fantastic. I mean, I'm not sure how you felt, Helen. I know you and Rob Bob's been there dozens of times, hundreds of times, but it was a nice day out.
Yeah.
It's a good day, isn't it, York? It's always a fun day out.
Yeah. I like hot shops.
and the coffee shop that we went to right at the end, because I was talking to the girl that worked there about the ghost stores and stuff, and they seen a few bits, but I said, "Can I have a tour? Can I go around the coffee shop?" It's a massive tower. It's like a good tower, but it's made into like a coffee shop. So I was like,
where the park is. It means where the park is. Car park.
Oh, I love it. York, honestly, York is one of my favourite places. I couldn't believe you hadn't been. What was the highlight? York, in a nutshell, what was your favourite part?
My favourite part of York will have to probably be, I'm a sucker for churches and cathedrals and all that. Probably the Minister was amazing. But then the street,
Shambles.
The shambles has got to be pointed out.
And you had the photograph taken with the bird.
Oh, and the bird, yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
You didn't tell Vicky that, did you?
It was funny.
What bird was it? I can't remember.
Was it a falcon?
Yeah.
Falcon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When you were in York, we were in Harrogate, and I just thought it was really funny. Like, we're not actually that far from you, because obviously I was visiting Louise, because I can social bubble. I mean, not if we both go into tier 3 though, she'll no longer be able to be my social bubble, which I don't know how that works, but you can't create a social bubble then no longer a social bubble. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say hello to everyone. I want to say hello to Nigel and Dot. Hello to Claire and Karen and Amanda and Zoe, Sharon, Susan. Bear with me. Forgot everyone. Oh, and Tony. Hello.
Oh, Tony's just appeared.
I know Tony's only just popped up. I'm not just like, oh yeah, and Tony.
No, I like when you mentioned about the sort of the way the streets look, and you mentioned about how it looks like Harry Potter way, and you're right, it is. It just looks a lot like Diagon Alley when you're walking down.
It's like you've gone back in time. And that's how it felt. That's how it feels, you know. I mean, I said to Helen was looking at paintings and stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, I can go bankrupt here. You know, the whole place is just amazing. Every shop you walk past, you want to go in because it's just something else.
I mean, the place is ripped with history. It has been for years. I mean, it's good because it's like one of those towns that's actually kept like the old style like theme to it. It's never like changed from like 100 and odd years, 200 and odd years, and it's good that it's actually got all that. And for me, I mean, I've been to York probably 7 or 8 times, and I never get tired of it. I love it. I love the place. It's one of my favorite places in Yorkshire.
And I'm definitely going back. Definitely, and I would love our team to go there and do something there. I'm 100% sure I want us to go there and see if we can get in. I don't know, the Black Police. Is it the Black Police?
The Golden Police, and the Black Swan.
Black Swan, isn't there? I think Black Swan. Yeah.
Oh, they're lovely. It's just honestly, it's like the lure of every building you go to in York. You go to one place and you think, oh yeah, you can't get any better than this, and you found a new place the next time you go. Like literally every time we've been, there's been some amazing place that we've just we've just found. It's been there for years and years and years. We stumble across amazing places. We try and stay in all these haunted places in York, and every time we look, we're like, oh, here's another haunted place in York. We can stay. It's hilarious.
I'll tell you what.
You never stayed in York.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I mean, it's fine. The one thing me and Helen and Rob was trying to find was that window of that little girl behind it.
The plague.
The plague. That's it. The plague. The plague route. The little girl.
Yeah, we couldn't find it, could we?
So
we couldn't locate it. No.
It's near the Minster. So did you know? Have you seen the Treasurer's House?
Not sure.
So in York, you've got the Treasurer's House and the Minster, and there's like the statue of the Roman.
Treasurer's House.
Yeah, it's around that way anyway. It's past the Minster, and you go to there's the Treasurer's House. It's the path towards the Treasurer's House past the Minster, and straight ahead there's the little the Plague House with the little window. I only know this because I used to go on every ghost walk ever when I was a child in York, and they would always take you there.
I said next time
we ghost walk there.
I said to the team, next time we go, we have to have Katie there as a personal tour guide.
Yeah, I am. Literally, I am in York.
I'll be up for that as well. I'll definitely. I'm up for anything, mate.
Yeah, it's
in theory, we'll be there soon, but depending on COVID, I still don't want to say publicly a date for when we're going because I don't know whether it'll happen or not. But it's still booked. I'm booked to stay at the Golden Fleece. Hopefully, very, very soon. But whether it'll happen or not is a different story.
It were busy.
Yeah.
Very busy.
Yeah, they were queuing up to go in there. I was queuing up to go into Ghost Shop, but and then there were a bloke saying, I said to him, what do they do? What are these little ghost things? So he says, oh, they're like REM pods. So I went, oh, very small then. So he says, you're best queuing up. So I did. And then when I got to the door, I said, what have it? And they just look like little ornaments. Do you know what I mean?
2 seconds. I will be back in 2
Where's she gone?
We've gone to get.
Don't get her ghost.
I know.
Get my ghost.
I know what it's gonna get.
Yeah.
There it is.
Black and white for the tune.
So it is just an ornament then.
Yeah, just an ornament.
That's what I mean. He was winding me up with this guy.
I bet you can make them into REM pods though. Easy.
These are all handmade.
Oh, yeah.
So
definitely, but you just got to carve it out in the centre and then put lights and then you put an antenna and you know.
Put it on the camera, I guess. You know, let it come flash up.
But no, but it is nice. It's really nice.
Yeah, I bought him as our little mascot. I've got a little video on YouTube and on my page. We did an interview with the woman at the shop. She had a visor on and everything as well, bless her. But we did an interview asking about the haunting in the shop because there has been a few little things in the actual shop on the shambles where the York Ghost Merchants is.
Well, because Robert Road, isn't there a shrine for somebody?
Yeah.
You go in, it's like a little room, isn't there?
There is. I think that's also linked to there's a covenant in York which you can actually stay in, and that's got a lot of history to it. And I could be wrong with what I'm saying, but as far as I'm aware, there was a nun that was linked to the shrine there that was executed, and it's all to do with Protestant and Catholic and sustaining their beliefs. And during that time, and I know they buried her or something, or she had a hand chopped off, but the hand is actually on display in this covenant.
Yeah, I remember that from years ago. I remember when I went before, but yeah, we couldn't get in this time because of everything that were locked up, really, wasn't it? Because of COVID. But yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff like that. There's so many places. Like, I've never been to the Covenant, but I know we were looking at staying, and me and Louise were looking at staying, and she was like, do you really want to stay? Because there is like an actual nun's hand on display. And I was like, you've got a point there. You do have a point. I think we might draw the line at nun's hands.
Yes.
Maybe. I'll go to the Golden Fleece instead.
Yeah, I must admit, I've never actually been to the Golden Fleece. I've been in pretty much nearly every pub in York bar the Golden Fleece.
In the Golden Fleece. Yeah, there is a head. There's a skull in there in Golden Fleece.
Oh, the skull. He's called Soul.
All right, okay.
Soul skeleton.
I do remember going in there some time ago now, wasn't it?
No.
And I went to the toilet, and as you go down like a little corridor, don't you? And there were lots of like orbs, visual, not obviously through camera, but I was seeing a lot. And I remember washing my hands, and there were a lady stood at the side of me, and she just disappeared. So
really,
wow.
Yeah, it was some time ago. I'm excited to be in that pub.
How many times have
Like somebody's left in the living room.
I couldn't count how many times I've been in the Golden Fleece. You know what? The amount of times I've been to York, like, it's ridiculous. I just can't stop going. I'm there like 1 month, and the next month Louise messages me and she goes, do you fancy going to York? And I'm like, I can't say no. I definitely fancy going to York.
You literally as soon as you hear the words York, and it's like, no bother, I'm going. And then she'll message you and go, by the way, Mark, I'm going to York, and I'm like, I want to go.
After COVID, we'll all go. We'll get down again. Got to go to York all the time. I know. Don't say you've been loads this year. 2020. My profile pictures, me and Louise on the shambles.
But I mean, even the last time you went, I mean, that activity you had in the hotel, Kaylee, was just immense.
Do you know what the funny thing is? That was the time before. That wasn't even the last time I went.
Was it? All right.
No, yeah, we went.
So you went again, not told me.
I did tell you we were live.
Oh, did we?
We went live from the Lamb and Lion.
We did. Yeah, we did. You're right. You did.
I was live from the Lamb and Lion, and then the time before. I think there was only a month in it. Maybe 3 months.
As Dot says, you've been that many times this year. I can't remember which one was which.
Well, I can't go anywhere else. It's not as if we can go on holiday, so we could just go York.
Hi, Zoe.
Hey, Zoe.
I need to ask everyone, because you did a hunt last night, didn't you? Tell us about the activity.
Well, I was quite disappointed for me.
You want
I was quite frustrated.
one of you, Ellen?
Yeah.
I was quite frustrated last night because me, Ryan, and Rob Bob, nothing happened to us. Nothing. Like, we heard a few sounds here and there, of course, like you do. You hear sounds. And then you got to sort of debunk it. Is it an animal or what? You got to try and debunk it. You know what I mean? You have to debunk it. And it's just Helen and Vicky heard growling. They heard all sorts.
You're downplaying that growling.
And
You are. I heard what sounded like, like a wooden cart. At the back where the fields is, through the arch, and just at back, and it just sounded like something wooden that's been pulled. And then we heard this this noise, and it just went, didn't it? But right outside of us too, and we were like, we stepped forward.
More scarier than that.
And then we looked up. Yeah, it was. And then we looked up there, and we're like, get down here, get down here. But it was unbelievable, that.
Definitely. I mean, before that, I was on top, and I was like looking both ways up the track on top of the tunnel. That was nerve wracking. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty nerve wracking up there because I don't know, you had a very heavy feeling up there. If the whole team could have got up there, that'd be great. But we just couldn't. But it was. I don't know. I just felt a bit disappointed last night, me personally, because.
And then the torch.
The torch didn't vibrate for me.
Well, I'm sorry, but
I saw it vibrate. Don't get me wrong. I heard it, and I saw it vibrate for and Vicky. But
I had it on my arm, and the lead from it were just vibrating. And I'm looking down, I'm thinking, well, how's it vibrating? And I ignored it, and then it did it a few times after. Gave it to Vicky, and she felt it. I'm like, how is that happening? But it didn't happen to him, did it?
With the evidence there from our hunt, and then from Team Spirit Paranormal for Leslie from last year, I honestly do reckon that spirits there target women. I do. I mean, none of the males on that last year investigation and our investigation got anything done to us. Not one thing.
But is that why you're downplaying the growl?
Yeah. But it's strange though. Before me and Rob arrived, obviously different car. My stomach was turning over, and Vicky's were doing the same in their car.
Again, the women get affected. Yeah, I honestly do. Whatever's there affects women.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was going to bottle that one out. That's nice.
But it could have been linked to a serial killer.
There was in one bull that was quite notorious for aiming for tunnels and under canals.
And we've done a bit of a history on the serial killer. Yeah. So and he was around that area, around Barnsley, around West Yorkshire.
Yeah.
It was an area, so it could have been something to do with him and targeting women.
Yeah.
So
could have been
because I picked up Yorkshire Ripper, didn't I?
Yeah, the Yorkshire Ripper as well. Yeah.
It didn't do the area,
but it didn't do where we were.
No.
But it was that sort of feeling.
Yeah.
Of
being there, unless he'd been there, checked it out.
Yeah, the way he attacked was a bit like the Yorkshire Ripper because he did kind of go like behind and you know what I mean. So I think if it's that kind of serial killer kind of feeling that he's giving you, that's probably why he targeted you guys.
Karen's asked what scariest you've ever been.
Yeah, Karen's got a question. We're also live as well. The comment. I can't see the comments.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is the scariest place that we've ever been? Mark, what's the scariest place you've ever been?
Oh God, scariest place I've ever been has got to be Newsham Park Asylum in Liverpool. That was
Why?
from the moment you went in, there was just things going on. I mean, we were just. I remember being in the Great Hall where, like, literally where the asylum was, where they'd be eating all their food and all that, and all you heard was just this dragging of a trolley, and none of us were moving, but all of us glanced across to one area of the room, and we're like, "Was that a trolley?" Couldn't find a trolley. Went along, checked it all out, couldn't figure it out, and then it wasn't until about an hour or two into the investigation we've actually found a trolley. So we set everything up to basically for it not to move, closed that door so nobody could get in. Went later that night, and that trolley had moved a good 10 foot. And for me, that was probably one of the freakiest places I've ever been. Is Newsham Park Asylum in Liverpool. If you haven't been, guys, go to it. It's an incredible place.
No, but
I've not been either.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Katie to go, but she's like, it's too far to drive.
It is too far to drive. How far away is Liverpool? You know, I couldn't even tell you how long it would take me to get there. That's how I know it's too far.
But some of the best locations, you have to drive that time to get to them. Because
I will. I'll hopefully sweet talk somebody else into driving.
So go on, Katie. Where you are?
That's not a hint, though, is it?
No. Let's think. Scariest place I've ever been is. And I know I'm going back to York again. I'm obsessed, but it's the Guy Fawkes Inn in York. Staying there, like the night in there, that was terrifying. Like I just can't make it up. We stayed in the Belfry Suite at the top of the Guy Fawkes Inn, and that literally looks onto the Minster. And something in the middle of the night, bam, 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 on the bed post, and there is just nothing that could have caused it. And like that is the biggest paranormal experience I've ever had that I cannot debunk.
Yeah.
And obviously I woke up going, no, don't worry, it'll just be pipes, because Louise and me shot up and she's panicking and she's good all night. She's like, there's banging there, there's banging there, there's banging there, and there was. And I'm playing the it's fine, it's okay, we're fine. And I'm playing that instead of getting up because we needed sleep, so I was like, it's fine, don't worry, go back to sleep. And I woke up with like something that looked like a hand mark as a bruise on my leg. I have got a picture. I haven't got it on me, but I have got a picture. So that was the scariest place since I've been doing this. And I don't know whether I would go and sleep there again. I've thought about it. I might, but it's not something I want to do.
Yeah. Wow.
Definitely not.
I have to go there.
You've got to. Highly recommend you go.
Have to go there. Go on.
Sorry. What's the scariest place you've ever been?
For me, probably this weekend, the Devil's Woods.
Really?
Yeah, Devil's Woods was
Not the moors.
no. I put Devil's Woods above the moors for me, because it's the night that could have destroyed the team. Whatever's there is very dark, to a point where it's called the Devil's Woods for a reason. I think you have got something that's on the borderline of a demon. It overpowered us. You know, we had quite a few people. We had about 4 or 5 people there when we went last, and it was a feeling of heaviness. It was a feeling of it was trying to split the team up. You know, I was almost getting to a point where I was in a trance, where I could walk away from the team and back into that darkness of the forest again. You know what I mean? That's how it felt. And Helen was having to go at me. I was sort of snapping at Helen. You know what I mean? That's how I felt. I felt really angry, but I felt really like, I want to do this. Leave me alone. I want to go away, sort of feeling. And yeah, we're going back there. We're going back there on Saturday for our Halloween live special. And we're going back even later, of the time of 10 o'clock. to about 1 in the morning. So, and it's a full moon. So, just to top it all off, yeah, we are to try to tempt fate. But yeah, that's my personal, is probably the scariest thing I've done so far, is there.
Dot said that the lone one that you did on the canal path was pretty creepy.
Yeah, that was creepy. That was something else. I mean, yeah, I did something stupid. I went by myself because we were in a lockdown then. You know, our town couldn't do much. We couldn't meet up. You know, I'd love to meet up with Helen and Rob and my team, but no one could. So, and I was so adamant to keep my page going, to give something to my followers. You know, they put their time to us, so I thought, you know, I can't let them down. You know, so I thought, on my own head, let's walk. I've walked across the canal at night before, you know, I don't by myself, you know, but I've never contacted spirits. So starting off was pretty nerve-wracking. I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous. And then we got to the tunnel, and it was very narrow. The canal was very narrow. Not sure we know about the history of the canal where we walked. Apparently, it did actually happen. A man got murdered for being a sexual offender. And his body got dismembered and chucked in the canal.
Right, it was what 2013 and what was 20?
Yeah, 2013, I think it happened. It's not long ago. Anyway, walking down, we used the power take. A lot of water reference came out. I know Helen was watching, her team was watching. A lot of water reference came out on the power tech. So I got to the part where it was very narrow. Like you got a bridge, you go over or around the side. So it got to a point where it was very narrow. So I went underneath, done a few experiments there, and I started hearing growling, and I started hearing noises. That startled me, and I was like, "No, I've got to go. I've got to go. I can't." You know what I mean? Like, I did panic a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. But then every at home was hearing it as well. So as I left, I told Helen this. I looked back at the tunnel, and I promise now, I swear, I saw a man with a dog. But I can't say if it was a spirit or it was actually a man, like a human man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Actual
No, I know what you mean.
So I couldn't. I literally died. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really stop. I walked very, very, very quick, and then we got to the bench right at the end, and then a man with a dog walked towards me, and I had to look twice to see if it is a spirit or was it actual. It was actually a actual person, but it's sort of weird how I witnessed that about 10 minutes ago, and then actual man with a dog walked towards me. So, but yeah, the whole night was weird. I did get told off.
Yeah, Dot says it's very scary. Is he frozen?
Yeah.
He's gone. He's gone. We'll come back to him. Dot said, if there's one place you'd love to investigate, where would it be? Where would you two like to investigate the most?
I think I'd like to go to London Tower.
Ooh, Tower of London.
There's some kind of what do they call it? Like a village or something underground.
I don't know too much about London. I should do, but I know a lot of places have things underground, and obviously Edinburgh does. But I think a lot of places.
Wow, I'd like to go there as well, to Edinburgh.
We were supposed to go to Edinburgh next week, but we cancelled it. I think we probably could have gone, but it just wasn't worth risking potentially not going to be able to go. And I mean, I'm still not sure whether we're going to get to York when we're going to go. So Edinburgh is definitely off the cards.
Yeah.
For better times, probably that one.
Yeah.
But Greyfriars. my answer. Somewhere I want to investigate. At the minute, it's Greyfriars.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Because that's where I'm planning on going next, and I can't wait. Obviously, we can't go on the public tour, though. I'm just going to go on the public tour. I'm not going to, might investigate outside, but it will be fantastic.
It's funny because I grew up. I used to watch Most Haunted for years, and I love the history behind it all. And doing what we're doing, that's what you kind of find out, eventually what has gone on there. So it's really interesting what we do.
I think the best part for me about everything like this and going these places is just finding out everything about them and what used to happen, like all the quirky little facts as well.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. I'm really interested in the history of places. So if I just get to go, say I visit York all the time, if I get to go just to go and visit and see what the history was, that does me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Karen says love the history as well. Gotta love the history of places.
Yeah.
It's still going. Oh, I think. Is he back in? He's back.
Yeah,
sorry, my internet ended up having a spasm, so I went off my wife's hotspot.
I think last time when we were on with Spirits Within, I was like, you had frozen, and I was there like, I'm alive. I'm not sure whether I'm live, and people were commenting like, Kaylee, you are live, and I'm like, oh, hello.
Social media and Facebook does not like each other, so.
Oh, guys, by the way,
just feed your hamster. That's all you need to do.
Feed your hamster. Anyone who hasn't, head over and give Spirits Within a like. Hopefully, after all of this COVID restrictions, we'll meet up with you all and we'll have a really good day.
Yeah.
Definitely.
In Newcastle as well.
Yeah, in York.
In York.
Oh, was there anywhere better? You know what? I know I could go to York. I could be in York and then be thinking, "There's so much to do. I can't wait till the next time we go to York."
Yeah.
Every time I'm there, I'm like, right, we've got this, and we literally plan like the whole day, and we end up going somewhere else and somewhere else and somewhere, and we never managed to do everything. So we have to go back in like a couple of weeks and a month, and we still never ever managed to do everything.
My mum and dad, they moved over to York, so to get to York City, they get like a boat, and it just takes them from where they live into York. It's like we have to be there all the time.
That's so cool.
Don't need
that reminds me, I was in Croatia, Korčula Island, and they had little taxi boats into the old town. It just reminds me of that.
Yeah.
I didn't realise they had things like that, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
Karen says, what drives you guys out on investigations?
The unknown.
The unknown. Yeah.
Probably what drives me. Well, I can only speak for ourselves, so each one of us have a say what drives us. But for me, reconnecting with past loved ones, what I've done. I've had some sort of connection with my granddad and my nan for doing this at Helen's house. But for me, it's you guys, the followers. It's the warm heart. It's know that we're changing people's lives, and we're helping them as well. We've had messages left, right, and centre for months. You're helping me through this, you're helping me through that. You truly are really helping, and it's quite overwhelming to know that we have met so many people, and we met people that we never met in real life. We never met people like Karen, like the Porter family, Daryl, Zoe. There's loads of people that we've never met, you know, if you do it through this.
They're like family now, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
connecting to your family.
And that's what it is. It's like a family, and you know, we always want to give something back. You know, no matter what we get, we would love to give something back to our followers, and that's why we've got the giveaway going at the moment for supporting us. You know, and it's just what we like. We just love what we do. I love getting up in the morning. Maybe we've got a hunt today. You know, get everything ready. I'm there charging stuff up, and it's really nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love doing that. Mine charging stuff up is the bane of your life. You might love it. I can't deal with charging cameras up.
I'm like, where's that lead? Right, come on.
Camera, the batteries they don't last, and I probably need new cameras. I bought 4. They don't. I just need to sack them off and just start again.
Guys.
Yeah.
Me and Vicky just heard a female's voice. Like she's calling.
Yeah, do you know what? Behind you, I know you've got your fireplace, but I was seeing a face there, and I was trying to make out, is it a female or a male? Between you and Olivia, I kept seeing this face. And then it just looks muffled behind you. Do you know what I mean? At the moment, so.
What were you saying about your gargoyle?
Yeah, it's that.
No, like I said, was you guys was like talking?
Yeah.
Then I heard like this woman's voice, like not high pitched, but quite high, wasn't it?
I thought it was one of the kids.
And I thought it was one of the kids, but it's not. Weird. Anyway, weird.
Might have something follow you.
Yeah, but I also heard like knives and forks in your house, Wayne, just then. Like knives and forks.
It's not the bird, is it?
It might be the bird because
Clattering in his cage.
Because he tends to bounce off each side. It's a very weird bird, where he tends to bounce from one end to cage to other. Because
No, he's banging that thing, that mirror.
That mirror that you like.
Yeah, and it clatters off.
Like metal, yeah.
Yeah, he's the bird, Ellen.
Right.
Todd, don't worry about him. He's just being destructive as per usual.
That reminds me, my cat's not come to disrupt me live yet. He always does that. He's not bothered this time. But I've got one. One's here.
One's there.
That's the one that clawed me this morning. It was an accident. She was scared. She didn't mean it. Honestly, like, look at that. Look at all this.
It's not possessed, is it?
Back paws, get me away. Because I've got some brand new windows in. High tech stuff. Highlight of my new window.
I don't know where our cats are. I don't know where they are.
Got two, and Stu usually always jumps in front and he's like, "Oh, hello, hello," and he hasn't today. He'll be about. Bless him. Mark, if you could investigate anywhere, where would it be?
Oh God, I've got a list about a mile long, but I'd say probably I've got 2 that really want to investigate. One of them is Waverly Hills in America, simply because of its history, of its what is there, what I want to see there. I think it's going to be one of the greatest ones. But I think top of the list has got to be Castle Transylvania.
Ooh.
I have to go to there. It is just, I love the history of that place, and I just want to know what went on back then when Dracula was there, and I just want to know all about it. It's probably one of my favorite places I'd love to go to.
But do you know Dracula didn't die there? Dracula actually died in Whitby.
Yeah.
Daryl just commented
I did
saying,
hear that.
Helen, your light shades moving side by side.
Oh, really? We've got a lot of activity in that bedroom. Recently.
They're flagging.
Honestly, there's all sorts going on. So I keep looking at steps every time I'm sat here.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just thought that was an urgent one.
The thing is, though, we did a private investigation at Helen's house. Amazing. You ain't seen it, please go and watch it. Absolutely amazing. And everyone was nervous about the back bedroom. Everyone. Okay? I went in there, I sat on the bed, and I felt like I could sleep. It was such a lovely feeling in that room. Orbs everywhere. No matter where you go. I mean, these are not too small. I mean, these are big orbs flying at the camera. And it was absolutely amazing feeling in there.
But that's because I do my readings in there most of the time. So it's kind of like a doorway, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
I just loved it. Loved it.
Yeah. You know. But I'm watching Light now.
I know, that's what I'm doing. Everyone watching the light, like, is it going to move?
Oh, dear.
He commented, I'm not sure whether she's referring to this or not. Did you also see the shadow on the ceiling? But I don't know whether she's referring to one of yours or...
No, Wayne did a live in our kitchen, and his kitchen light flashes and flickers and glows. And I didn't realise I'd watched it back after the live. And this shadow appears on the ceiling, and it looks like a cloud of like smoke, doesn't it?
Yeah.
On the film. And well, the light starts really flickering when he speaks, and this shadow's there on the ceiling. And when the light stops, it like disappears.
Yeah,
it's really weird.
As soon as he said, "Can you stop flickering the light, please?" or something along them lines, and then it slowly it's not like
it didn't just disappear completely like
but it wasn't when he moved the photo. If it wasn't sunlight, so it wasn't the sunlight bouncing off something. It just like it slowly just disappeared, and then it was gone. And it looked like a body, and I'm sure at one point I could see a face, like not a clear face, but like your face, you could tell it was like somebody's like outline of a body, and we didn't notice it. But what we said to her, look at the lights flickering, and I said, oh yeah, it's glowing. And then obviously we told Wayne, and Wayne obviously tilted his head, and we could see it flickering like mad. But it does it even when nobody's down here. I could be sat down here and
just flick by itself.
And it'll just flicker by itself. It goes bad.
But it only does it when you're in.
Yeah.
When you're not in, it doesn't do it.
When I'm in the house, it flickers.
Have you always had activity? Or is it like a new thing? Do you think it's something you've brought back from your investigations, or is it something you've always had?
Right, I used to be in a team last year doing paranormal stuff. So I used to do pen readings. I used to do just local ghost walks. And team that I was in last year. It flickered a lot then. And then I came away from that team. I sort of came away from it all. Stopped doing pendulum.
Back in a sec, guys.
Okay. And then it stopped flickering. Nothing. Nobody in my house. My house was like it wasn't even active. But just doing this, it started again. So it's weird. And it's really weird. Absolutely weird. And the other day, Ryan was there in my kitchen, and the other day it was going proper bad, like proper flicking. I felt like the bulb could explode. That's how bad it was. It's like proper strobe lightning.
Well, it glows, doesn't it? Right. But you can't see it with your eye. You can only see it through the camera.
Yeah.
It's
so
weird.
And then you could see a light. You could see a face in the light.
Yeah, I could see a face in the light.
And so when it was flickering really bad, I went, stop. And you asked Ryan, it stopped. As I said that, and it stopped.
Yeah, but look at over there when you were stood in the kitchen, I was stood behind you. You were just stood there looking
like
at
that,
and it just was
flickering crazy, and it is around when I'm around. So I don't know. I don't know what it could be. I don't know, but you know, I can't do that.
The more you involve yourself, the more activity you get in like the paranormal in general. Just the deeper you go, the more that happens wherever you are.
Yeah,
I mean, definitely, Helen, definitely, Katie. What I'm going to do is I'm waiting for the kids back at school, and when Bobby's not here as well, so it's just me by myself or with Vicky, whatever. I'm going to do some stuff in my house to see who it is, what it is, and what they want, basically. I have got 3 ghosts in my house that I know of. I've got Isabel. I've got Michael, and there was another one as well. I think it's called Matthew. Is it Matthew?
Might be Matthew. I know there was Michael and Isabel.
But they come back from last year. See, Isabel's been with me for over a year now. So it's interesting, very interesting. And these are spirits that I picked up from outside.
Different to your family thing. That's how you're sensing them more, aren't you? Because it's different.
They're not nasty either. They're not nasty spirits. They hide stuff, they move stuff. They can be quite mysterious, but they're not nasty. It's maybe them.
Like I mentioned on one of them lives that we did a bit ago, and I was making a cup of tea and got the milk out of the fridge, and there were only like so much milk in it in bottle, and when you just sort of think, oh yeah, that'll just do. That'll do. And so I just put it on the side, and I was squeezing tea bag, and the lid on the milk bottle shut up like a cork, and it made a cork noise, and it went up, and then it hit me, and it was just so straight. It didn't touch the ceiling. It sort of hit something in thin air, then straight at me.
Oh,
like you felt it, yeah. That was strange, but it's like somebody just saying, somebody here, just like your life.
Don't forget about me. Make me a cup of all. There's enough for me, I promise.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to say hi, Ben, as well. I love Ben. Right. Before we head off, because we've been live for 50 minutes now, nearly. Before we head off, literally, time escapes. Is there anything that you're sort of wanting to say about your team and your upcoming events? And, well, not sort of events, sort of like anything that's upcoming at the moment. I said events, and then you can't really do anything like events because of COVID. But, anything COVID. What's the word?
The opposite of. The opposite.
What can you do and what are you doing?
What can I say about our team? I don't know. We've got so much planned. We've got a live tomorrow night at 9 p.m. It's not been decided where we're going yet, but sort of it has, I think. But we just got to finalize it with the team. And then we are live, or I'll be live on Friday with an ITC. Again, we're doing another ITC session, I think, on Friday at a different location. And then our main event on Saturday. That it's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm buzzing for that one, and it's fancy dress. I think most of us will be dressing up as well. So it's going to be a laugh. It's going to be awesome, and also serious because we're doing an investigation. But no, I mean, we've got so much planned coming up. We've got something big on Sunday. I can't say what, but it is like this, bigger than this.
Frame it.
Yeah.
So we made the local newspapers, most of you guys know. but it is bigger than that. What we've got planned on Sunday, so it's amazing. I think
it's been a hard struggle, to be honest, because we've been trying to get places, and obviously with COVID and a lot of like teams finding it hard. They've either booked places and they can't get there. It's been really hard for a lot of teams, you know, since it all started, hasn't it? And we're struggling to find places outside, and obviously with people's commitments and everything to get places as well. So, you know, like Rob's at home only on a weekend, really. It's just had last 2 weeks off, but we're trying to make most of it, aren't we?
Definitely, and that's why we are changing our rota a bit now. So Rob can be a part of us. A lot of on the field. So we're going to do a live now every week, and either Saturday or Sunday. It's going to be guaranteed. So Rob can be a part of us more. We do enjoy him. We do enjoy him around, and he is a cracking lad. He is a cracking guy. So, but like I said, we've got 9 members in our team. It's all about fitting those teams in, like those people in, and you know, maximum is 6. We're gonna have 6 out, so 3 people have to drop out and watch the sidelines. So it's all about managing it the right way around. We made friends with an urban explorer as well, some guy called Daniel. So we'll be working close with him on a few locations, and hopefully he'll join us on a few hunts as well. But it's really good, you know. People's reaching out to us left, right, and centre now. You know, people are saying, "Look, do you want to come and investigate this? Can we be a part of your team?" You know, we've got about 3 or 4 people that want to join us. So they want to join us, and it will happen. You know, you will come on a hunt with us, but it's all about COVID and keeping people safe, and that's what we practice. You know, we notice us, we start wearing masks a lot more now on hunts because it's about keeping people safe. So, but yeah, I mean, apart from that, we're literally doing what we're doing.
Are you catching around, Kylie?
I'm just going to check what my cat. I hope it's my cat. It's not the cat. There's something tiny in the picture.
You could see a cat looking round.
Oh, hello. What are you destroying?
That'll be sweet.
More a face. Put it in. Is it like chandelier?
Light.
Light.
Oh, far too soon about him not being loud and disruptive.
Oh.
But no, I mean, we've got so much planned as well. We've got so much planned as well coming up. You know, we're entering now subscriptions, so where people can subscribe to us with no contract clause. There's no like you have to subscribe. It's if people would like to for extra footage, but it's all about going the right way with that as well. So you've got to try and do everything the right way, you know. And we can't rush into a lot of stuff either because I know we're moving really quickly now and it's going really fast, but we still have to take it at our own pace. And, you know, for myself and my team, you know, everybody that's tuned in and followed and all those nice comments and, you know, all those lovely words day in and day out that they bring us, you know, we thank you and we truly do. You know, you guys keep us going, and the more you guys are there cheering us on, the more we'll do for you. So, yeah, definitely.
Brilliant. Yeah, no, you're saying, I get what you mean by saying you don't want to move too fast, but it's all at the right pace, and you know yourself what the right pace is, and it's good. I saw that he's rolling the paper as well. That's mint. Absolutely class.
I actually reached out because it's Halloween, and I said to the team, "Do you think we should reach out to see what happens?" You know, I mean, you guys are doing it in your local area. You know, it's your local newspaper, and I thought they can say yes or they can say no. You know, within 2 hours, I had a phone call saying, "Can I do a piece on you and your team?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, damn right you can." And that's how it went. So but it's
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. Before I go, can I do some shout outs?
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm known for. I love to my little shout outs. I want to do a massive shout out to Crystal Seekers. Okay, you guys know who Rob and Charlie are. You know, they support us all the time. And they're just amazing. I think I've introduced you, Kaylee, to Crystal Seekers.
Yeah,
And
yeah, you did.
they are absolutely fantastic. You know, some of the crystals you see behind me are from them. So absolutely fantastic. If you want Crystal Seekers or you want anything to do with crystals or gifts, go to them. If you use the code Spirits Within 5, you get 5% off your next order. Yes, definitely. Paranormal Family. Definitely. Without a doubt. Next is Team that we mod for. Or I mod for, should I say. Sites from the Grave. The ladies from Wales. Unfortunately, they're in lockdown at the moment with Karen, unfortunately. But like I said, big shout out to the team because they're an amazing bunch of ladies, you know, and definitely a big shout out to them. And also to the Olivia has been hired, not hired, but she's working close with Team Spirit Paranormal, Leslie, that was mentioned tonight. So she does she does history in that on her side. So that's amazing for Olivia as well.
Leslie helped us about the place that we went to last night as well.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Leslie helped us last night with this location. So, you know, and that's what it's about. You know, it's out there helping each other and supporting each other. You know, and that's what Power Unity is about. You know, and that's why we got it on our sleeves because
I need to add that.
that's what it's about. You know, the Power Unity.
Yeah, we're all a team. We've been our teams. I suppose.
Exactly. We all work together. So,
what are you doing then? Is it Kaylee?
Yeah.
Sorry. So what are you doing with your team? What's going on with you?
It's a bit awkward with COVID at the minute because we're not sure. I know we were going to do a live. Well, we were going to do an event on Halloween, but we can't do that anymore because it was going to be. I haven't released the place yet because I think we're still going to do it in the future. But I mean, last year for our Halloween investigation, we had the Castle Keep, and this year, COVID. But there are plans. We're going to do Wrighton Masonic Hall, and we're going to do a lot of other places soon. Mark has been badgering me about Wrighton. Really, it's Mark's like favorite.
It's basically it's where a lot of the old sort of meetings used to take place for the old Newcastle councillors back in the 18th century, and literally the place is just rife at the minute with activity. So. Really can't wait to get in there.
So as soon as we can.
Plus, it's ideal. I don't have to travel very far. It's walking distance from mine, so it's a 25-minute walk there, 25-minute walk back. So I don't mind. It's really good.
The problem we've got at the minute is travel. Louise, team member, lives in Otley, and then there's Mark and Dan as well, our admin. Mark would have to the travel. We can't go in the same car. Really, I'm not 100% on the. I don't know quite how it would work, but as soon as we work it out, we'll get there.
Just stick me on the roof. I'll be fine.
Stick him on the roof. Come on. Drive down to Liverpool. There, that's not far away, is it, Mark?
No, it's not. I don't mind. I just strap the recliner to the top of the car. Man. That'd be great.
Could do one of them like taxis, you know, where the back of the front seats they've got like a visor. It's like you sit there and we'll sit here. We're all right then.
I'm planning a few little stays at places, so staying in haunted places and updating people on what happens. So that's sort of my in COVID plans. And I know a lot of people in our team, Rob, who has his YouTube channel, Dead Air. If anyone doesn't subscribe to Dead Air, that's a really good one to go and have a look at. Rob's doing a lot of content as well. Dan says that he can chuck Mark in the back of his work span.
As long as there's no paint where it can fall. Sure, everyone saw that. Everyone must have saw that clip where literally a guy was in the back of the van and everyone walks up the van laughing their heads off. They walk in, he's just covered in paint everywhere. It was just.
There will be plans. There will be plans. It's hard to plan.
But this year, I think it's just getting this year out the way now. After Halloween, you got Christmas and all that. So it's about we'll still do hunts regular. I'm just saying every week we still do our 2 or 3, but it's more getting this year out the way, and then next year, hopefully, we can do a lot more than we are now with other teams and stuff, and just start doing collabs. And I like to travel, and it's truthful. I would love to travel to Wales. I've got a few things planned. Ireland as well. I'd love to go to Ireland for like a weekend or whatever, like a little week, like a weekend. Helen, we've talked about doing a little series, haven't we, on a topic. I don't want to say too much. As you know, that would be like a little series, and just work on a few little projects, and it's all about keeping it going, and not standing still. You know what I mean? And just don't let COVID win. That's all it's about. Still doing our own thing, and hopefully, just getting out there and traveling. That's what I love to do, just travel around the country, and get to those places where people then can go, can I come on your hunt with you? I'm like, well, I'm in Nottingham today, or I'm in London. Of course, you know what I mean?
Throughout the way. At the minute, we're going to be a bit digital and talking to everyone this way, but hopefully soon we can meet everyone. Dan says we should just book all the rooms out at Chillingham Castle. That is actually a plan. We are going to go to Chillingham Castle at some point. I mean, I've been before, but on a night time. But we are going to go stay over. Well, we're not going to just going to stay over in the rooms in the castle. So that'll be really good. We are going to.
How cool that would be though if we get like a really haunted hotel or a castle, or something like that, and you got about £20 autumns.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Whole place
all together.
And then just
that would be cool.
And
I think we should. You can rent a castle in, I think it's an island. I've forgotten the name of it, but you can rent one. I think it's Ireland. I'll look into that. That would be cool.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Like have all these teams together, and do one ultimate live. One ultimate live.
That would be great.
And for a charity. So not just for us, for a charity.
Definitely.
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
It would. I think that's something to definitely consider. Definitely.
Leap Castle. That's in Ireland. That's supposed to be.
I was thinking it was Leap Castle, but I know I nearly said Leap Castle, but I don't know whether that's the one I'm thinking of. So I didn't want to say it just in case.
No, Leap Castle isn't a one that hasn't actually got any rooms to rent. It's just an actual big castle itself. I do know they rent them out, but I don't think it's like that. I don't think there's like anywhere to actually stay.
Right.
But there is one castle, which is not. I think it's not far from Dundalk, which I think is probably the one you're thinking of, but I can't remember the name of it.
Dundalk.
Maybe we can put our heads together and then come up with like a massive event for all paranormal teams.
It sounds like a plan still to do. I'm coming to.
You know what I mean? And then we can apply certain guests on and all that as well, like our followers and stuff. And then like it's like a power unity, like unity.
Power unity, fantastic! I love it.
You know what I mean?
I absolutely love it. Hey guys, I'm gonna have to say goodnight. I'm absolutely knackered.
We're tired.
That's gone so fast, hasn't it?
I know. I can't believe we've been live for over an hour. I always keep saying, whenever I do a live, I always say, right, I'll keep it under an hour, and it never happens.
Time flies away from me when you're having fun.
It does. We've hardly spoke to this guy.
Yeah, Rob, you've done nothing.
Rob's just been sitting there quietly.
Double talking.
You got the designated talker. Right, I'm going to say goodnight to everyone. And I hope you've all had a really nice night watching. I know we can't actually all meet up, but it's nice to digitally speak to everyone. And hopefully soon we can all meet up and actually do a hunt.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Fab.
Okay.
So I'm going to end the broadcast. Say goodbyes.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Okay, safe.
Soon.